Howdy, y'all. Thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of an expansion, an add-on character for the Too Many Bones dice game. And this is the Lab Rats, the Escapists. And at first I was a little thrown off on this one because if you look at the back here, I was thinking, man, this is the same price as a normal character, but you're getting 4 characters. But no, it sounds to me like after reading over this little section here and showing you the stuff there, it still makes you think 4 characters. But by reading over this, I think it sounds to me like these characters are going to sub in and out. Kind of like 4 little mini characters that you're going to be playing one character and they're a group and that's one character, I believe. We'll take a closer look to be sure, but that's what I think is on here, which actually sounds cooler than I thought. I was thinking, man, just 4 little characters, but it kind of makes sense seeing this. But let's take a closer look at that to be sure. But I was thinking, man, 4 characters, they must be pretty weak if they're going to put them all in one box. But I like the idea of a character that is multi-characters and you're subbing in and out, and like tag team wrestling, right? So let's take a look at this. I can get the box open. You can see normally it's got like this watery look, like a landscape. Instead, this one's showing because it says they're the escapists and they escaped out of like a lab. So probably seeing the thing there. And right off the bat, we're seeing, yeah, the play mats are already different. So let's go ahead and rip these open and take a look at this. Or not really rip it, but just open these. The production quality on this stuff is amazing, I'll say that. So we can already see the differences here. If you've already played the game, you can see it already. We still have the player stats, and it'll be interesting to see if the stats, I would assume the stats would have to still be shared. So like if Slank gets a stat, it stays with him. You don't just move it to another character. But Slank here, you can see they got his starting stats. He's got his active bar, but you don't have a locked bar. And then he has his backup plan, but it's only 3 in the backup plan. And then there's just 4 slots here for skills. So I'm assuming their skills are going to have to be subbable or sub in and out. I guess we'll see. But definitely different from the typical character layout you're seeing here. And then we have another one here. You can see Helix. And Flan. Or Flan. And Gerbil. So definitely going to be a sub out, all playing the same character. Totally different than what I was thinking. Man, actually, let me pop these open. So I was thinking it was just going to be 4 character things, but we got some extra little chits here. We'll see what that's all about. But we got the character chits for the battle board. And yeah, you can see, I'm assuming that's like the sub in or sub out. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, this is on one side. I get it. Hey. So we can see those. And then we have, looks like all the same chits. They're just double-sided with this 3 on both sides. And then we get to their dice. And actually, I think their dice look kind of cool if I'm seeing it right. Yeah. Alright, well, where to start out with this? So, already we can see one thing that kind of sticks out to me at least is on each color, which I noticed, like, each of the chits has a color. They don't have the typical 6-sided dice like everyone else does. So like this one is got a 1, a 2, a 3, and then 3 blanks. see if these other ones in the other color are the same. A 1, a 2, a 3, and 3 blanks. So far that one seems to be the same. So it looks like their stat dice are all the same. Yeah, they're all the same, 1, 2, 3. And then we just get into their skill dice, which these are each in their color. But then I'm noticing these extra dice here that I'm assuming, I'm not sure which one's their initiative dice. I'm going to go with this one. This is probably their initiative dice. So it looks like we got, sorry, I know I'm not showing all the sides because I was just kind of looking at each of them to see. But we got 3 4s, 2 5s, and 1 3 on this one. So if I'm right and this is their initiative dice, then this is pretty cool in those regards. And other than that, we just get to each of their dice. Which I noticed they had 4 slots on each of their things here. But they don't really say which dice go there. But like if I'm using that one for example, it's only 3 dice here. So I'm assuming this is going to be their unique skills. And this is probably ones that you can carry over from character to character possibly. But without looking at that, there's not much more I can tell from that. And we're going to take a closer look at the dice as far as like, well, let me point out what I thought looked cool as I got distracted trying to figure out the dice. Is all the other dice are usually just one color. These have like that, when you look at Chessex dice and stuff like that, where like that one's orange with like a little white waves in it, and this one's yellow that can be made out with little white waves in it. So it's kind of like the cool looking, definitely different looking dice for sure. Now it's purple with the white and then blue. Like kind of like the, they're just not like opaque color, which I don't remember if any other ones or not. I may be wrong on that. And then this one's like black with the gray swirlies going through it. So, and you can see it probably a little bit more in the initiative, or what I think is the initiative dice there, since it's called Lab Rats, and that's like a little test tube type thing. And I didn't show each side of the dice because I'm just going to show you a close-up on the card to where you can kind of see what's on each side of the dice. There are some cards in here, though. The Biotechnician Gerbil, the Ebonologist Flan, the Safety Analyst Helix, and Slank the Fixer. And it's kind of showing something here like, okay, it's showing their innate plans and backup plans for each one. That way you can have it out and kind of know. So it's showing their innate and backup plans, yep. So, pretty cool. And I guess I could show this. This was Gerbil. We'll go through them again. This one was Slank. And Helix here. And Flan. And these are in that same, if you haven't seen this yet because you haven't played the game, it's in that same, where they're not just normal, I mean, they're standard size cards like your standard Magic, but they're the PVC plastic cards. And then this is in the same fashion or the same vein of that. It's just a giant size of it. And you can see here, and I'll give a closer look at that. You can see the difficulty for co-op and solo. And then it kind of shows you the dice sides there. That way you can get a close look at those and see how many are on each side of the dice. That way if you're interested. And you may have to pause that way because I'm doing this a little quickly, but I'm at least trying to stay still long enough to where you can pause, have a spot to pause on to see everything. And then I'll slowly go rolling up, showing the legend or the key so you can see what each side of the dice do. I mean, I could go through each of these abilities, but without playing them, some of them may not make 100% sense to me. But enough to where you can pause and read yourself and see the sides of the dice. And then on the other side, we kind of see the lab rats. And it kind of lets you know the beginner build setup. Lets you know their 4 innates. And then we have I would expect a lot of text here because it's probably going to have the details and everything you need to know about playing these characters. Or this character, I should say. And sorry, I can't really. I figured by the time I read through all this and then do that, it'd be so much editing, read and talk about each of these. But it's enough to where you can read that and see if it is something you are interested in to add to your game or not. So that's just kind of a quick look at, like I said, not what I was thinking at first. I thought it was weird. It was like, why would they give you 4 characters for the price of 1? But now I'm kind of happy I took a chance and took a look at it because it sounds like a more interesting character than I was originally thinking. So definitely get this to the table and check it out to see what these guys are all about. Hope that was a video where you could see if it was something you're interested in. But there is the Lab Rats. Thank you for watching and have a great day.